Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Caveman to Cosmos with me, Alpha by Omega and Byzantium. So the turn is 7032 and we've been here forever, year 1653 AD, and we're one turn away from civil engineering. So why did it take me so long to start the next episode? Because we were in another goddamn war with Israel. And as you can see, they are just left with the bigger cities now. We have raised a number of those cities that were located here. But it was a massive fight this time. They actually were so well entrenched in Rishon LeZion that, I'll be honest, I gave up. I gave up and signed a treaty with them and retreated my troops a couple of turns ago. And as you can see, some of them are still healing. Yeah, like these guys and these guys and these guys. Because the fighting was so insane. It took literally half an hour to do a single turn. Just not worth it at all. So again, we retreated. When it comes to our empire though, things are looking pretty good. When you look at our population, the smallest city is now Theodoricon, Ataniopolis and Justiniana Nova, 16, 17, 17. Populations, the rest is 18 or higher, and we're starting to see some pretty good water cleanliness in some of our cities. Gallipolis has minus 429, Sauropolis minus 222, and when it comes to the air, we have some cities. We have a city with 51, but you can see that many of them are now sub 100, which is good as well. This is, again, the effect of water treatment plants, state parks, stuff like that. We're basically building these stuffs everywhere. I'm building the modern granaries, the greenhouses. Wherever I can, I'm trying to improve the quality of living for our people. Now, we have a steady train of supply trains and food trains to the island over here. Theodoricon, as you can see, is at level 16 now. Shuttle Baron at 31, so it is a fairly big city. We've been building the railways everywhere. We've been improving various tiles, getting the resources. Generally speaking, things are just very much okay. I'm not sure there's much else to say because I've been focusing on the war so much, but yeah, the cities are doing pretty good. We're just getting so much money, everything is okay, but there's not much to report on other than that. So I say let's end the turn now and go with civil engineering. Actually, let me just look at the general stats because I would like to look at them now and then at the end of the episode after the third update so you guys see the difference. Right now we have 2.1 million, 21 million, 21 million, 15,000 people. God damn it. That was so hard to read. 21 million, 15,000. The gold production is 213,025. Manufactured goods, 65,738. And crop yield, 31,269. And if there's Wolfa watching this, can you mark it down for me, please? And also mark down the last numbers that we're going to show, because I'm interested in how much of a difference that's going to be. Because we have a lot of production buildings, a lot of things that's going to happen during this one. And, we're going to get nitroglycerin, which is going to, greatly improve the performance of our mines. We are going to get medicine too, but man, where is the thing that we're doing right now? I'm confused. Civil engineering, where are you? Here it is, civil engineering. So that one also gives us a huge boost to universities, engineering schools, quarries now going to produce more gold, suburbs, more production, yeah, and a ton of buildings here. Alright, well, anyway, that's all for this episode. What am I saying? That's all for this update, and I'll see you after the turn with civil engineering.
A common mistake that people make when trying to design something completely foolproof is to underestimate the ingenuity of complete fools.
Alright, so civil engineering, as we mentioned, allows us to build tunnels, Engineering schools and universities now produce 6 extra industry. We get extra 1 gold from each of the quarries and 1 extra production from each of the suburbs. We also get access to a number of quite a lot of buildings. High-rising houses. Requires sewer systems, skyscraper, telephone network, water pipes, access to power. Freshwater and telephone wasn't. Housing penthouse suites and projects. Here's the skyscraper. That's a really nice building too. Requires furniture, cement, iron wires, and access to power. Modern offices. We get large steel arch bridge. Industrial park. Alright. There's also the construction firm, which is an upgrade to the surveyor's office. Alright, more production. A city park. That's a nice one. And a bunch of specialized buildings. Improvements, we can build the tunnel and leads to management. Alright, so you guys actually need to stay here. I don't know why you're not doing that, but let's have a look at Constantinople and what we could build here and what would be the effect. Alright, so here's the industrial park. Oh, that's actually pretty good. +4 protection, a little bit of gold, a little bit of science, a little bit of culture, and a huge boost to great person generation. Unfortunately, it gives a lot of fire risk, a little bit of crime, and a little bit of pollution for both water and air. But here we have the city park, which actually negates the air pollution, gives a little bit of education, gives more culture, more health, but also unhealthiness. That's a bit bizarre. Gives 3 happiness, but 2 unhappiness. That's really weird. Replaces castle garden, fountain, and rock garden. You don't actually get anything replaced. Alright. Anything else? Alright. Here we have the skyscraper. That's actually pretty good. Extra food production. I mean, it costs about the same amount as agricultural expansion, but gives more production. Less food. Interesting. Here's the modern office. Alright, that just replaces officium. What is an officium? Ah, it's this one. Man, that's an ancient building. And of course, city planning. So tax person. Then it replaced by officium, and you are replaced by the modern offices. Alright. Ah, that's interesting. Pardon me. And that looks like it. Did we get any of those conceptual buildings? Actually, I don't think we can, because we haven't built the skyscraper, and I can build that one. Requires furniture. Maybe needed to build a ton of things required to build. Yeah, the penthouse suites and other ones. Oh, these are gonna be really good. Replaced by hull suits, covenant archaeology, and launch archaeology. Jesus. Well, these are gonna be fun. These are gonna be fun. Alright, well, I'll just continue chugging along. Hopefully no war is gonna come, and if everything else is alright, I'll see you with Nitroglycerin soon, which won't give us much. Just an industrial era worker and 49er, but it gives a huge bonus to quarries, shaft mines, mountain mines, and most importantly to mining camp, which is a building that we have everywhere, and we're actually starting with that one, so it's good to have it. Alright, I'll see you then. Turn 7046 here, 1657 AD, and we are 1 turn away from Nitroglycerin. So what's new? Actually quite a lot. We haven't ever had any war, but still we managed to get some major successes. First of all, Constantinople now has a population of 52. 1.7 million people live in our burgeoning city. Now we are currently building the skyscraper, we're gonna get the agriculture extension and then the modern offices. And there's a bunch of factories that I plan to build, but I'm just postponing them, all the time because we don't really need them at this point. These are the remaining buildings. None of them I really consider a must because they don't really give much that we can use at this point. But they're still there. So Constantinople is growing. However, our biggest success lies over here. The city of Aachen has decided to defect to us, and we have accepted them, renamed it to Akegranos, which is an old Byzantium or Latin name for the city. And it is now, together with Theodoricon, the main goal of all of our food trains and supply trains. And there's a lot of them coming here. So this entire island is now ours. I'll have to admit that Akegranos is not a very well developed city. It doesn't have any major production. I mean, it has a lot of food, but it's mostly coming from the area. So a lot of things that we need to build here are like factories, mega farms, all the major things like Arboretum, City Bistro, and so on. So we'll work through those. We'll also need to power the city. We managed to do that already in Theodoricon, but we really haven't been able to take much benefit of that yet, because most of the tiles here really are just food production. So yeah, you can see that we don't really have that many places left. Or places, I mean, buildings to build that would be very beneficial. I mean, the traction engine workshop, for example, would be great. It would give us 11, but it would take 29 turns at this point. So I need to figure out how to get these things on the road. Every time a supply train comes, I just, weigh Akegranos with Theodoricon against each other and see which one can, facilitate the construction better. And I tried to take it from there. Apart from that, everything else is going well. Our southwestern cities are growing nice. So this area now I consider very well established. So do these cities over here. And with Nitroglycerin, I think, I cannot be really sure because it doesn't say it here, but I'm 100% sure that if we want to build, or is it special buildings? No. Landscape? Improvements. If we want to build a railroad over hilly or mountainous terrain, we need nitroglycerin. How is railroad? Is it called railway? Oh, there's a specialized category here. I'm dumb. So yeah, but it doesn't. Anyway, it doesn't show us here. Dang it! But I'm pretty sure that's how it is. So yeah. Anyway, you have to take my word for it. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna tell you in the next update if I'll remember. Anyway, I think that's all that we need to discuss right now. Let's end the turn and hear it for nitroglycerin.
I have prepared one of my own time capsules. I have placed some rather large samples of dynamite, gunpowder, and nitroglycerin. My time capsule is set to go off in the year 3000. It will show them what we are really like.
That's a really good one. So yeah, this one doesn't really give us much, except for boosting quarries, shaft mines, mountain mines, and mining camps, which I don't really mind. We have a ton of things to build in all of our cities, so we'll just work through it. Alright, you build the water treatment plant, then the city camp, then agricultural extension, skyscraper, funeral service, and that should keep you busy for a while. Then the industrial park. I don't mind. What about you? You found a factory for sculptures. Okay, water treatment plant. You haven't put the mega farm and the... Okay. Let's build it like this, because we want these ones to happen. Oh, wait, state park. So, state park, but first the water treatment plant. You don't have the coastal... Yeah, you're not coastal, so no coastal preserve. Alright, well, then the funeral service here. Let me just show you how we're progressing with the water treatment plants. You can see that many cities actually... Wow. A lot of cities actually lowered their water pollution, and many are now below 0, which is really nice. When it comes to the air, it's also improving. 3 cities are now below 0, and as you can see, many cities are actually having improvements, including places like Justiniana Nova, which have 661, and it's rapidly decreasing. I think that we were around 1000 on the worst city. Last time I checked, and now we have the worst one in Ataniopolis, which is 745. And I believe we could shadow. Yes, we could build a state park, a water treatment plant. So yeah, and street cleaner. So there is a lot of things that we could do here. So yeah, we're gonna continue chugging along, increasing our, our performance and the strength of our economy. But before we go, let me see, do we have anything here that would be new? Cottages Dome. Nope. We lost some shantytown shacks. Estates. Alright, so despite building skyscraper here, we didn't get any of those nice buildings. Too easy replaced by housing, mansions, chateau, mansions require sewers. Ah, we don't have the telephone. So it's, yes, so it's gonna be the telephone that we'll need. Alright, that makes sense. So with the telephone we will get a huge boost to the way our people are living. So what is the telephone? That is a good question. Maybe something we might want to look into. Moment. There's a telegraph, so I would expect telephone to be here somewhere. Photography, journalism. Is it in the next? No, here it is. I was just hovering over that. Yeah, you give all of these. Alright, so telephone might be a good choice. I have to remember that, because it doesn't seem like much, but it gives a ton of these houses, and you get these in every single city. So while we're gonna obsolete all of these ones, we are gonna get a ton of new ones which are gonna boost our city's well-being. And you also get call center, police box, polling firm, telephone network, which gives a ton. And then all of these. Yeah, so not bad at all. Anyway, that's all for this update, and I'll see you in 16 turns with medicine. Wow, that one is gonna give us a lot as well. Fish oil maker, a lot of bonuses to jungle camps, desert camps, and wetland camps, and a bunch of houses that we can construct, or houses, like buildings. Cool, I'll see you in 16 turns. Turn 7062, year 1661 AD, and we are 1 turn away from medicine. So what's new? Well, I'll be honest, not all that much. Apart from our income that's actually skyrocketing, we have been really busy with improving our I'd say, I guess it would be villages or the countryside as a general. We've been really busy, and not only by upgrading our workers, which I cannot now find at all, to to industrial era workers, but also by actually improving the um, the actual countryside, to be precise. Well, this is riveting commentary alpha. Uh, yeah, I got some here. You can see that we've upgraded them, the industrial era workers, and yes, we can now start building, as you can see here, railroads in the mountains as well. It is the power of dynamite that's allowing that. So we've been working on that heavily. I've also built a number of worker boats which have improved a number of tiles along the coast, especially in the northeastern part, so that's giving us a ton of extra income. And our cities are growing like crazy. When you look at the size of the cities, you will see that all of them are now at least at population 18 or higher, which is amazing. And we continuously send out food trains and supply trains to the little island that we have here. Now, you can see that Akigranos now also have power. It has quite a decent amount of production now, 541, so things are starting to pick up a little bit. We're building a mathematics department, mega farm, then the greenhouse, arboretum is gonna come, city bistro. The crime is relatively okay, education is skyrocketing, disease is dropping, things are looking good, and the entire island is just getting better. Chateau Baron has been unfortunately really outside of my interest, and now I see them actually building obsolete buildings there. Man, I really have to look into it. I've done some changes here some time ago, but yeah, they would deserve a better look at what they're doing, because I've been so busy with Akigranos and Teodoricon that I've actually dropped Chateau Paron, who was originally our main focus. Other than that, everything is looking really good. We've had some good growth in some of the cities. I'm happy about, especially about places like Woodgulain, which now have 776. So things even here are actually picking up. We have more, more production from the sea. We're starting to get some pretty decent production from the tiles, because a number of resources like iron ore and coal and manganese have popped out that we are benefiting from. Here you can see that we have another great farmer. You guys should speed up, which you didn't, but okay, that's gonna save us one turn. So yeah, they're working on that. Even here, we have been doing a number of improvements, so even Rehovot and Vernopolis are doing good. I'm happy. I think it's the time to start thinking about additional cities, but before we do that, we need to get all of our cities to at least level 20 when it comes to population. Okay, with that said, I think I'm going to end it here and hear it from medicine, and then we're going to make plans for the next episode in, well, after the update. So see you there.
As to diseases, make a habit of two things: to help, or at least to do no harm.
Okay, so medicine is a bit complex here, so let's go through it. So it gives us extra health. Field hospital, fish oil maker now gives us more gold. We have additional health from fish oil maker and Dead Sea and Pamukkala. I don't think we have either one of these. Jungle camps, desert camps, wetland camps, more production. It reveals pharmaceuticals, and we get first aid for people and animals and extra disease control now, which is really good because all of the doctors that we have are now going to be more effective. Now we can build a Red Cross, a National Wonder, which is going to lower disease by 100 in one of the cities. Alright, that is actually not bad at all. We could build Paraachai Cemetery. Actually, For what it's worth, that doesn't give much. Interesting. Okay, dentist, a new building. Doesn't replace anything. Hospital. Class pharmaceutical suite. Alright. So this one doesn't really replace anything, so it's a full-on boost. Lowered disease by 50. Produce 5 education. 5 people can turn into a doctor. We get extra healing. Not a bad building. Not a bad one. Then we get factory for pharmaceuticals. Alright. Sit Sushi Restaurant, Veterinarian, and HQ Sit Sushi. Alright, and we get a medic. Is medical veterinarian. What's the benefit of medic? Upgrades to ambulance. Ah, okay, so that is a flat-out upgrade to... We need a hospital, right? Yeah, okay. So that is a flat-out upgrade to our doctors. Kind of interesting to see. Medic usually isn't an upgrade to the doctor. But what can we do? Or a surgeon? I need to check that. So what can you do? Air pollution. Alright, so you definitely need state park. And you're coastal. You might also get the coastal preserve. Oh yes, you do. Nice. So it's minus 75 to air and water. You already have almost non-existent water pollution, so air is going to be the one that we're interested in. But it's most likely coming from the fact that you got the water treatment plant already in place. However, veterinarian. We're not wrong on that. And dentist. Are you more interested in the hospital? I don't see it. Alright, so I guess agriculture expansion and skyscraper. That would mean the city park and the industrial park. That looks about right. Then we're gonna decide what else we're gonna build. You just finished the factory. These summer boys. You are very effective. Very effective. I really like it if... I mean, we have to build these, you know, so it's probably gonna help us. Coal power plant we don't need. Dentist. But before you do that, as usual, get me a food train and a supply train. Now you on the sea. Yes, you upgrade to medic. Alright, so that's fine. You guys keep upgrading here. We're building the young forests in places because it gives extra protection, so why not? You can stay here while this workboat builds. Okay, Murex nuts. Anything else? Not really. So let me just check on Constantinople because I'd like to see. I don't think we got the conceptual upgrades at all because yes, we cannot. We cannot because we need the telephone. So that is something that we should maybe consider. You're working on the factories. Okay, that is fine. I don't mind that. Just put the pharmaceutical factory and the veterinarian and dentist there somewhere. And the furniture one can wait. That's not an issue. Alright, and let's end this episode by two things. Let's look at technology. What were we supposed to do next? We wanted to go with refrigeration and then organic chemistry. It's not bad. And then antibiotics. Yeah, we need the industrial farm. Alright, so hold on. Okay, we need to go refrigeration, antibiotics, that requires organic chemistry. Then we're gonna get the telephone. Where are you, telephone? Here. Oh, 7. Alright, I guess we're doing that then. Cool, but again, I really think, yeah, this is gonna be a huge bonus to us. It's required for wait, that's refrigeration. For talking about the telephone. That is going to be a big boost to us. The housings, they're in every single city, so it's going to be a flat out bonus. And what's in this episode by actually looking at the stats, I think I asked you guys to look into it in the beginning of the episode. So this is the current production. So we get 219,396 gold. We get 65,544 manufactured goods, and crop yield is 42,725. And we got 21,610,000 in population. So I think that there's an increase everywhere. It's a really good one. And how are we doing on you guys? Oh, this is nice. We have actually outposts as minus 1,100 something. And yeah, more and more cities have a reasonable air pollution. I'm actually happy about these numbers. The fire risk though at 1, I guess it's under control, but not great. Not great. We should lower it. But we have already finished the National Fire Service, which lowers the fire risk in some places. So it's not like, we're not fighting that. Anyway, I think that's all for this episode. I'll see you next time. Hopefully a little bit sooner, because now that we're not at war, it's not gonna take so long to burn for these. So I'll see you next time with refrigeration. Man, this one is gonna be the GOAT. This one will give us so much. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it. So hope you too, and I'll see you next time with more Caveman to Cosmos.